All right, we're live. Welcome to Everybody Mad podcast with Kenny Cabine. I'm Seth Lover. How you doing, Kenya? What's up, man?
Hey, what's up, Seth? What's going on? How's your week been going, brother?
It's good. It's good. Been able to do what I plan to do. Got some things accomplished, so that's good, and got some other things in the work. So happy for myself. Irritated though.
Yeah. Why?
It snowed today.
It's snowing in Detroit?
Snowed. Snowed like white stuff. Snowed like legit. It was 30 something degrees today. What's
Wow.
today? May 8th.
Wow.
Legit snow.
That is
Crazy.
unbelievable.
I'm outside with my coat on and a hat, a scully and a hoodie. It's crazy.
So how long is this going to continue?
I don't know. Actually, you know what? It's a little flurries right now. So who knows? But it just shocked me because it's May. I've seen snow in Michigan before in May, but yeah, this was kind of shocking because we already got to wear masks. We already got to do all this other stuff, and then on top of that, we got snow. It's crazy.
Right. That's insane, man. That is insane. I'm glad we don't have to put up with that. It's only raining right now here in Atlanta, but it's not. But it's definitely chilly here too.
Yep. Yeah, I see that. So what's going on in Atlanta? So you have, the down your way, Brunswick, Georgia, actually, not in Atlanta, but down that way. What's going on with that? I hear they had just got the two people.
Yeah, the father and son down here. This is happening right down the road, right here in Georgia. Everybody's talking about it, but authorities have finally arrested the father and son for the death of Ahmaud Arbery, who was shot and killed while jogging on a residential street back in February. So the father's name is Gregory, the son's name Travis McMichael. They're both being charged right now with murder and aggravated assault.
Thank you.
Right.
Thank you.
Because, a lot of people were upset. I mean, celebrities were speaking out. People, they were going crazy over social media, speaking out about the injustice that another African-American man, another unarmed African-American man has been shot and killed.
Again.
Yeah.
When will it stop? It's crazy. It's crazy. And this is my issue. Okay, I'm getting hot now. I'm sorry. I'm in the house. But so this is my issue with what happened. Didn't it happen in February?
Yeah, it happened all the way back out in February, said.
February. So now it's May, and they're just now getting it. And I get it. But I'm so frustrated because this is a reason why we say, you know what, we don't get the same type of justice.
Right.
Us people.
Right. We don't. And, it would have been a different story had it been, let's say, someone of a different race, preferably Caucasian, so a lot of people, they were upset about it. But this is still very much a hot topic everybody's talking about. Everybody knows the story. Arbery was jogging in a neighborhood. Two men, they spotted him running in their neighborhood on a Sunday afternoon. Gregory McMichael, this is the dad, told the police that he and his grown-ass son thought that Ahmaud matched the description of someone caught on a security camera committing a recent break-in in the neighborhood. Now, they armed themselves with guns before getting into a truck to pursue him. And there were allegations of corruption because the father used to be an investigator for the Glenn County DA's office.
Yeah, so that's it.
You said what?
I said, so that's it.
Yeah,
that's it.
So that's
that good old boy network. That's what it is. But even if he wasn't a part of the DA or what he worked in the prosecutor's office and with them. So even if he wasn't, like Brunswick, Georgia, do you think a black guy is always going to get the justice deserved?
Right. And I mean, just think about it, Seth. Like, what if this situation was not handed, or what if this video never existed? What if no one ever pressed record? We wouldn't even know about this situation right now.
Yeah.
Because it would be a mob
February
against their story, and then all the lies that keep coming out too. So then the lies, Greg McMichael told Glenn County Police, he said that Arbery was suspected in several break-ins, but no such string of crimes were ever reported in the weeks before the shooting.
Exactly. That's always the cop out. Oh yeah, we had like same thing with Trayvon Martin. We had a recent string of burglaries and break-ins. lot of these people got rings and those automatic doorbells. Everybody has video surveillance and things like that. So like it's just an easy cop out. It's just the things that we just want to say, or they just want to say just to kind of make their case. But man, it's frustrating, but it's frustrating. But then that leads me to, it's Georgia, because like your current governor cheated just to win the election.
Yeah,
cheated.
Yeah, right.
He's going through some issues too with the reopening. So he decided to reopen way ahead of schedule. Way ahead of schedule. Well, did he even have a schedule? That's my question. But he's one of the first states to say that, you know what, we're going to reopen all these non-essential places, your barbershops, your salons, your nails, your tattoos, and things like that. And what has since happened since he's done that?
It's been a lot of stuff that's been going on, because when he opened it, like we talked about last week, everybody was kind of scratching their head like, what's going on? Well, the number of COVID cases are still rising in the state of Georgia. Now, get this said, a recent study of smartphone location data showed that Georgia received over 62,000 daily visitors the week that our state opened back up. And the University of Maryland's Transportation Institute, they conducted this analysis, right? About 92% of daily visitors came from Alabama, South Carolina, Tennessee, and Florida, because, all of these places open up, like bowling alleys, tattoo parlors, movie theaters and stuff. So folks flocked to the state of Georgia to get their party on, just to hang out.
It opened. So.
Yeah, because it opened back up. So that's why everybody came to the state of Georgia.
So now you're bringing all this disease and all this extraness back into the state when, A, you haven't stopped the spread of the disease, and you haven't adequately addressed it. So now you're bringing, like you're introducing new people who are not a part of your state into that, because now you're open. And then that's the thing, because we don't have a comprehensive national plan. So obviously there's nobody waiting at the border. There's no test at the border when you cross over. So you really can't determine who's who and what's going on. So it's like, yeah, bro, what did you expect to happen?
Exactly.
Like when you reopen?
Exactly. And it's funny, because even though those states did begin lifting some of their lockdown measures, Georgia had reopened the most sudden. So that's why everybody was like, okay, we're coming to GA, we're going to see what's going on in Atlanta. A lot of people flock to Atlanta, but, it's like you come in here, but you don't even know if you're, COVID or not, if you have COVID-19. So. Right.
It's the craziest thing.
Yeah.
And, excuse me, while we're in this discussion about COVID, I want to bring into the show one of my good friends. She's accomplished. She's a certified family medical physician, and she's also a culinary doctor. I want to welcome into the show Dr. Lauren Powell. Hey, Lauren.
Hey, Lauren. What's going on, guys?
What's up?
So Kenya, Lauren is kind of unique. So she kind of got her schooling. She did her work here in Detroit. So we know that she kind of had that experience, but she has a practice in Atlanta. So Dr. Lauren, how has this COVID what are you doing right now as far as COVID, and how has that changed your practice and how you do things on a day-to-day?
So, I've been seeing patients this entire time during the whole COVID time before the city was reopened. I work in an outpatient center. So, not in a hospital, but in an outpatient clinic. So our goal has always been to try to keep people safe and healthy and out of the ER. Like that has been our goal. And, we've been doing as much telemedicine as we can, but obviously some people just need to be seen. And so we've been doing that as well. Obviously things have slowed up. People are now kind of scared to come to the hospital. They're scared to come to the clinic. So, when we do see people, they end up being super sick because they've like delayed their time in coming. When this to all of us, because we had started thinking of a plan in terms of how we would slowly kind of reopen the clinics, slowly get people back in the office. And then when the governor just kind of like opened up the city, it's kind of like, what do we do? Like people can go get their hair done and tattoos and piercings. Like, I guess we need to let them come to the clinic, fully come to the clinic. So my message has been to my patients and continues to be to stay at home. Nothing has changed at this point. People are still dying. Testing is still not widely available. People are still asymptomatically spreading the virus. So nothing has changed. People still need to stay at home unless, something and you really need to come out. But, going certain places, it's just not worth it at this point. It's not worth it, right? Like I go to work every day and it's part of what I do. And to me, it's worth it because I'm helping people.
Right.
Just going out. Today, I went after work to do a curbside, just pick up some food for me and my husband. And the restaurant I hadn't been to the restaurant in months. The restaurant is connected to the mall. I didn't know the malls were open, but the malls were packed. Like the parking lot was packed.
Yeah.
And it was all your cousins and them out, all of them. No mask, just out there. And I was confused, like the mall is open? I didn't know the mall was open.
Right.
And people were just out and about like
it was nothing.
Like it was nothing.
Yeah, it almost feels like that $1,200 stimulus was kind of for that. Hey, let's get this $1,200 and let's get people out to shopping and spending that money so we can kind of start the economy back. But it's like, to me, it's never made sense to me. And I'm not a public health official. I'm not trained in that sort of area. I don't have the expertise, but common sense to me tells me that you get people well first. You can't even worry about the economy. You just fix the health. Get people right first. And it seems like we're just forgetting about the first step because we're so anxious to get to the last step that we're not even progressing.
Yeah. Right. And said my dad is owns dry cleaners and he's a small business. And so him and I had this conversation frequently because he's like, Lauren, he's working at the cleaners basically by himself at this point. And so he's just like, Lauren, people need to get to work. Like, do you know how stressful it is to not be able to provide for your family? Like that is stressful. Like that makes people sick. And so people need to be able to work. And I said, Dad, I get that, or you could die, right? Or you could die, like something really bad could happen and you never get the opportunity to provide for your family. And I understand that I'm not like a business person, so I don't know the solution to fixing the economy and doing that. But I just know if you let people gather, you're increasing the risk of spread. Like it's just that's all I know. And nothing is different. Like it's not like we're able to widely test everybody. And so it's a lot easier to know who's affected and who's not. Yeah. That's not the case. My office, we just now got antibody testing. So antibody testing means I can test you and I can tell if you have antibodies, which tells me at some point you were exposed to the virus and now you have antibodies to it.
Okay.
What that is, it's like, we all had chickenpox as a kid. Yeah. If I tested you right now for antibodies, your test would be positive. Do you have chickenpox right now? No, but you have antibodies, which means you have memory cells. Your body remembers it. But at this point, we don't know what that means. We don't know if you have antibodies to it. Does that protect you forever? Right? Like you can be around people with chickenpox and if your memory cells are pretty good, you're not going to get chickenpox. But we don't really know what that means yet for COVID. So just because if you have antibodies, I wouldn't say, okay, go out into the world and be free. Don't cover your cough. Don't wash your hands. Don't wear a mask. Like I wouldn't say that. At this point, I could just tell you, yes, at some point you were exposed. So yeah, a couple of weeks ago when you were feeling crummy and like crap, that's probably what that was. And you do have antibodies. Hopefully that means you have some immunity, but I wouldn't like go out and test it and
right.
Have
See
it.
What happens, yeah.
You know that information, and maybe with time we can figure out what that truly means.
So Dr. Lauren, let me ask you something. When do you think would be a good time for people to start getting? I know that it's not really up to you to say, but I know you get this question a lot. Being a doctor, I'm not going to ask when, but how long do you think that we should stay in our homes?
It's hard, and I don't think we can give a date. Like, I think you have to go on a day-by-day basis and look at the numbers, and you have to look at the trend. And until that trend is significantly decreasing, and even then, you don't want to let it decrease and then say, okay, now be free. I think you have to see it, significantly decreasing at a constant rate. And then I think it has to be strategic in what we let people do. I don't think it needs to be a free for all. I think it says, okay, things are better. Now we can let people, you can go to your doctor's offices. I think we need to slowly expand what is essential. Like you need to get your groceries, you need to get food. Okay, now you can go to the doctor's office. Okay, now you can, maybe go to the gym because the gym is so important for people's mental health. It's so important for people's health, So, okay, now we're going to let people start to go to the gym in small numbers. Okay, I think we just need to kind of slowly see, because this is something we've never experienced before. And so it's kind of like you got to do a little bit and see. But if you just do a whole bunch, then you don't really know. You just don't really know, and then you just have to deal with the fallout.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like the data. It's like you need more information so that you can make informed decisions. And I think that when you have an administration that doesn't kind of champion informed decisions, they just kind of go on gut. Then you have situations like that. Let me ask you this, and we'll shift quickly into some ways that people can protect themselves, because you offer some opportunities as well. If the president of the United States was a medical professional instead of being the current person, what would have been some of the steps that a medical professional would have said, this is what you should do to respond to this pandemic?
I mean, I think the major thing that we all know is testing. Like, the numbers that we look at every day, I would go on the CDC's website and I would calculate like the percent death rate, and I would do that every day. And we just don't have accurate numbers. You know what I mean? It's hard to figure out the percentage of death rate when your denominator is like it's not really accurate, right? Like, right. If I've only tested 5, but maybe 25 were affected, it's like, how much do I believe my percentage? So, I mean, I think the most important thing we could have done is just had widespread testing. I mean, like, you know, in Korea and in some places in China, like, everybody was tested. It didn't even matter. Like, and I know, you know, they do things that we can't do, but like, everybody was tested. And now I don't know if you know, but they have like you know, everyone over the age of 18 is required to have a cell phone there. And one of the things that they do is like, they're able to kind of track everywhere you've been. So every time you get on like a public bus, a public train, into a restaurant, you kind of swipe in. And so what happens is, if somebody becomes positive, they're able to kind of retroactively look and see who that person was around to kind of reach those people to see if they need to be tested and they need to be quarantined. So, you know, I know that's a big thing to say, but the biggest thing is we needed widespread testing from the beginning, so we kind of have an accurate number. And again, this is asymptomatic spread, which makes it, to me, like, that makes it the most dangerous. And so you have to have testing.
Right. That makes sense. That makes sense. And that's the thing I've been screaming, is that, like, until we get to the point to where we say, you know what, this is important for us to do. Like, we have to make sure that we have the data so folks can get it. So that's why I've just been like, you know what, like, it really doesn't matter what the government is telling me, because I know that people are not being tested. When you have literally less than 2 or 3% of the population being tested, like, that to me just seems outrageously small for us to even begin to think about kind of getting back to normal. So yeah, I guess that's.
And I think that the government is just sending out mixed signals when they're opening up stuff, and people really, when certain places, non-essential businesses are opening up, everyone thinks it's okay, it's a free for all, just go out and have fun and socialize and have these cookouts and stuff, but it's still not time yet.
Right. I agree. So, Dr. Lauren, as we close out, you are the culinary doctor. You are experienced at using food, because that's what I try and tell people, is that our bodies are amazing if we realize what God has put together, because it can start to heal itself if we fuel it properly. So you obviously, as a part of your practice, you help people understand the importance of eating right and cooking right, so that they can still have some good choices, while also making sure that they are kind of feeding their body and doing things like building your immune system. So you have why was that so important to you to do?
I mean, I think we have to get to the root cause of diseases, and sometimes it's not just about, you know, taking a pill, and that can be more just a Band-Aid. And so I think about, I say when we think about immune health, it really is like your overall health, right? Because if you're an overall healthy person, your heart health is good, your brain health is good, your immune health is good. So it's just super important that we're taking care of ourselves now more than ever. I think COVID has taught us a lot of things. And I think one of the things that it has taught us is just how valuable our health is. And you don't want to wait until you don't have it to honor it and to respect it and to take care of it. And so I'm all about taking care of ourselves, and that means being mindful of the food that you're putting in your body. You know, feeding yourself with processed food, it doesn't fuel your system well, right? It's like putting water in a luxury vehicle's gas tank. It's not going to fuel it well. So put good things in your body. Eat fresh fruits and vegetables. I think with COVID now, I've been cooking more than ever. I've always been a cooking person, but just I'm usually so busy, I can't usually cook more than 3 days out the week. But now, since my office is not as crazy, all my weekend festivities and commitments were all canceled, I've literally been cooking every single day. And now it's at the point that when I do eat something out, it just doesn't taste the same. I can immediately taste, it just doesn't taste the same. The quality is the same. It's just not the same. You can tell they put a bunch of, and so I just think putting good things in our body, making sure you're eating lots of vegetables with every single meal, putting high quality food in your body. Exercising is critical. Exercising is super important to your immune system, and it's important for your overall health. Sleeping well, sleep is so critical. I know I've been having the opportunity to actually get my 7 to 8 hours, and you just feel better. When I come home from work and I'm feeling horrible, I'm feeling like fatigued, I'm feeling like, I don't know, if I'm coming down with something, just getting good sleep is just so restorative. It's just really good for your system. And then managing stress, that's extremely important. Putting yourself in a constant stressful state. And I think a lot of times we're stressed right now because we don't know what's going on. We don't know if we're getting accurate information. We're working, we're not working, finances are tight. I think we're overall really stressed. Like so many of the appointments I'm seeing or my virtual visits I'm doing is because people are just so anxious. They're anxious and they're scared and they don't know what information is right or wrong. They don't know if their symptoms mean COVID, like they're just scared. But understanding that being in a state of stress compromises your immune system. So one of the things I always tell my patients is I need you to calm down. Like I need you to do it for the sake of your health. Now I'm not just saying it, but it's just not good for you. It's not good for you. And I understand that that's easier said than it is done. But I think recognizing that when you keep yourself at this constant state of stress, it's really not good for your body.
All right. So I don't want to take too much of your time. We really appreciate you showing up on the Everybody Mad podcast, Dr. Lauren. It's definitely helped us out as far as some other details. So we can and I kind of understand because I think we're scared a lot of times. We're scared to ask questions, and sometimes we don't even know what questions to ask. Yeah. So definitely, if you want to be a part of the show, we certainly would like to bring you on periodically because we like your fresh perspective and being able to kind of break things down for people to be able to understand. But we definitely appreciate everything and appreciate you sharing that knowledge on the show.
No problem. Here, I have a little gift for you guys. I can put it in the chat. It's just a free cookbook.
Oh, nice. Okay. Yeah, I forgot. Oh, yeah. So you have a website, right? So what's your website? I was
just about to say, we got to make sure that she gets the plug, man. We got to plug her.
Yeah, hold on. If you go to dinnerwithdrlauren.com, it's just like a free cookbook, budget-friendly dishes. Everything should be like $30 or less for a family of 4. You should be able to make all the dishes in less than 30 minutes. So you can grab that. It's dinnerwithdrlauren.com. And that's Dr. DR. So dinner with WITH, Dr. DR, LAUREN.com. And you can get that free cookbook. And then my website just has tons of free goodies. And I have a little store on there if you want to get supplements and books and stuff like that.
Bang. Okay. Got one there. Dinnerwithdrlauren.com. We're scrolling down below now.
Ooh, that's nice. Fancy, said.
No, I just learned it. All right. We appreciate everything, Dr. Lauren, and definitely we love to have you back on the show. But thanks again for being a part of
this. You guys, thanks for doing this.
All right, thanks for being with us, Dr. Lauren. Take care.
All right, so
awesome, man.
Yeah. She actually we go back a few years. She's a member of the church here, so we know each other from back then, and obviously she was completing her pre-med and doing all those studies while she was in school. I think that's when I met her when I first came to the church, and now I'm so proud of her. She's kind of advanced on to that level, has a practice in that area, and also she has a website. I was trying to bring up the website while she was on, but nothing was cooperating. But
the website
she has a website called
drlaurenpowell.com. drlaurenpowell.com.
Yeah. So it looks like this. So you'll see this on your screen, and I'll put it up. Yep. So that's what it looks like, her website, and you can go on the site and get supplements and books and things like that. So check her out and please support her because we love black docs. We love black docs.
All day, man. All day.
So I hear Princess and Ray J are having some issues.
They're not even having issues, bro. They're getting a divorce. Finally.
What? Already?
Finally. And I just say finally because they've been going back and forth with a lot of drama. A lot of it has played out on Love and Hip Hop, as you all know. I think it all started when Princess didn't want to sign a prenup. Ray J was trying to get her to sign the prenup. I mean, there's been stuff with cheating, infidelity, a whole bunch of crazy stuff in their relationship. But Princess, I think the final straw was when Ray J left her in Vegas at a hotel in
Yeah.
Vegas or something like that. And so Princess just all of a sudden she's decided to file for divorce after 4 years of marriage, and they have 2 beautiful kids together too.
Yeah, they are. I was sad to hear that, but I'm actually, I'm not surprised because how many relationships last, and especially like it's almost like that. That's that reality show curse that people have. When you go on a reality show, you might as well get that divorce settlement set up because you're not probably going to make it after that point.
Yeah, and I also think that Ray J, he's just really a big fame person, fame-driven kind of individual where he's loves attention. You know, he's a show pony.
Yeah.
That's it. That's it. I know that's old school, right? Haven't heard that in a long time. Hey, well said, man. Everybody is amped, man, about tomorrow night. It is going down. Erykah Badu, Jill Scott going toe-to-toe with their hits with a highly anticipated versus battle on IG. Who do you think now? Now, I'm going to tell you both of them are amazing. I love them both. Okay. Can they hear that?
Nah, just got some B-roll going on while you talk.
Okay, you fancy?
We fancy.
I'm trying to get this position right. I'm gonna work on this too because I see that glare in the background. But anyway, so that's what's going on with them. So it's really highly anticipated. I love Jill Scott. I love Erykah Badu. They're both incredible artists. And if I were to, I can't even choose between one because I love them both equally. They're amazing artists. And
me either. I think I would choose Jill Scott because that's my cousin. So you got to go with family.
Jill Scott, your cousin? Folks be lying. Ninjas be lying.
We got the same last name. We probably got the same. Like our grandmother's was probably sisters or something.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Speaking of verses, though, Kaya and Trina.
Oh, I heard about that. Now you know Trina. She's one of the ambassadors with the company. So like I heard about that and saw that they had a little issue going on with. Well, I didn't know. I just saw Trina be held off, and I'm like, what happened? Like who did something to Trina?
Man, Trina snapped so hard. But if you all haven't heard though, Kaya just really likes to pop off on social media just because that's what's really keeping her relevant. But Kaya really hasn't had a hit since My Neck and My Back. Can we hear? Can they hear that right there? Because
nah, they can't hear it. We only want to hear Kaya right now. We just showing her face. So
but I mean,
Wayne with it.
I remember that joy. But Kaya, she does stuff just to stay relevant. But at the end of the day, and I know there's Kaya fans out there, I might, I don't care what anybody got to say because Kaya cool, but she cannot touch Trina, man. Trina's put in the work. Trina got more hits. Trina is still touring. Trina still got albums coming out, and she's been in the game for 20 years. So, Kaya can't say nothing. I think Kaya, she says stuff to get under Trina's skin and to get a rise out of her. And Trina, she always falls for the bait all the time. But, man, Trina snapped hard, man. Y'all got to check that out if you haven't seen her snap.
Yep. And next week, we're going to have actual audio so we can play it right on the show. So we ain't got to send people to go look at the link. We're going to have the link right in the show.
We going to have it because, remember, this is our second time doing this. So we got you on this.
Right.
Oh man! So is that it? Is that all I'm talking about? Oh, I got 2 more stories.
Yeah, you want to tell them now? Well, we talked about it a little bit. Oh, all right. Yeah, we can hold it. Yeah. Okay. So we obviously we both are on a health journey, trying to kind of get back ourselves right, doing what we need to do. Because it's quarantine, like we both said, like we in home every day. Every day we home. Every day. We can do something. So it was important for me to make sure that we kind of have an informative part of what we're doing because it's fun to have fun, but we also need to make sure that we're talking about good things that's going to help people because and if you look at COVID-19, who's primarily being the people who are affected?
African Americans.
Yep. Black and brown people, we're the ones being negatively affected. And a lot of that is because we don't have the best lifestyle choices that are kind of making us be good for what we're trying to do. So we want to welcome to the show certified trainer, master trainer, Jay Mack. He also owns his own business, a A new boot camp. A new boot camp. Yeah.
Hey, how y'all doing?
Hey,
What
what's
up,
going on,
Jay?
Jay?
How you doing? Good,
What's
good,
that?
good.
Yeah.
So,
We
what's going
appreciate
on?
having you on here. Yeah, we wanted to kind of talk a little bit about you and your business and what brought you in to the business, because I know that this time is really important for you as well, because you obviously have clients who not only are looking to make some personal improvements for their physical appearance, but obviously they want to utilize some things to kind of improve their health. And you do both, because you are also a nutritionist as well. So food is very important for what you're doing as well, from a training standpoint. Why is that?
So it goes hand in hand. You know, it's 75% of what we eat is how we feel and how we look. So everybody runs into the gym and they want to get these muscles, they want to get all of this, this body and everything, but it's really driven off of what you're eating. And especially right now and the time that we're going through, like you said, Cedric, it is affecting us, African Americans. And it's because of our diets.
Yeah.
A lot of us have underlying health issues, controllable and uncontrollable.
Yeah.
What my job is and what brought me into the field is to help people live a healthier lifestyle.
Yeah.
And with that being said, right now, like you said, we are scared. You know, you can be the healthiest. We have seen this virus take out the healthiest people because they have underlying health issues. But my thing is that let's get ahead of it instead of being caught with it. So if you're eating healthy, like Dr. Lauren said, if you're on the right path of eating healthier and getting at least 20 to 30 minutes of exercise in today, you are ahead of the virus. So if you ever was in contact with someone with that virus, then your body is able to fight it off a little bit more versus you're not doing anything but living a sedentary life.
Right.
And just for a prime example, before we all went through the shutdown, 7 of my clients contracted the virus, and I was around them before that time frame. You know, I thank God that I was not affected by it, but still, I've seen that. But they fought through it, all of them. They fought through it because of the lifestyle that they live. They fought through it. So it's really important that we need to get ahead of it, because we have to look at it this way. We have to look out for ourselves, our loved ones, and our family, because as we just seen these past 2 months, the government is not looking out for us. The medical industry is not looking out for it. And when I say us.
Yeah. Yep, I agree. And it's just a wonder too. Like, you came in contact with so many people. Obviously, at the time you didn't know it, but coming in contact with so many people. But obviously, like, you have a strong enough immune system that's able to kind of mitigate some things probably for you, because you probably certainly were exposed at some point with that amount of people doing that. So like that's just kind of proof that our bodies are able to fight it if we're able to feed it properly.
Right. And the diet is the most important thing. You know, we are accustomed to certain ways of eating. We like our fried food. We like this because that's what we grew up on. However, I'm there too.
We got to put
what you say, Sid?
I said we got to put fat back or pork in our greens.
I don't have to do fat back.
I mean, I get tired of baked chicken and grilled chicken. Right. I get tired of baked chicken and grilled chicken a lot of times. I want that fried piece of chicken. But however, what I teach my people is that it's all about moderation. If you go 5 to 6 days eating clean, that one day is not going to hurt you. So it's not a diet. It's a healthy eating regimen, because if you go 5 to 6 days eating clean, that 7th day, your body is going to be like, okay, you earned that. You worked for that. You earned it.
Right.
So I'm not perfect. I love my fried food, but it's just moderation.
Yeah. Jay, let me ask you something. Yeah. Since it is about the diet more so than exercise, I've been told that a lot by trainers that I've had in the past. What foods do you suggest that we stay away from? Besides, like the fried foods and stuff like that, what foods do we just really need to stay away from? And then what are some foods that we need to implement more into our diets?
Okay. So what I tell my warriors, I call my clients warriors, because every day it's a battle. It's a fight.
Right.
And you're always tempted. You
Oh,
go into
yeah.
the office, they may have a dozen donuts sitting over there. It's up to you to walk away from that and say, I don't need that right now.
Right.
So what I would say is that, and this is what I teach all of my people, and Dr. Lauren hit the nail on the head. Processed food is very dangerous for us. It's chemically made. And the simplest way to put it, when you go to the grocery store and you're buying your groceries, read the nutrition label, read the ingredients. If there are words that is in that food that or ingredients in that food that you can't even pronounce or understand, or you got to Google it, then why are you eating that? Why are you putting that in your body?
Right.
And it was so funny when I heard Dr. Lauren, and I tell my clients this all the time. It's like driving a Benz. It only accepts premium fuel. Why are you putting unleaded in it? It's not going to ride right. So therefore, you got to treat your body like that luxury vehicle. So therefore, the things that you should be eating, unprocessed food. And how you can avoid processed foods is easy. Stay on the outer perimeter of the grocery store. When you go inside those aisles, if you're not getting oatmeal, grains, you're going for trouble. So stay on the outer perimeter of the grocery store. Some of the things that we should really be eating right now, especially us, African Americans, Black and brown people, to fight this virus, we should be adding a lot of magnesium and a lot of ginger, turmeric, cinnamon, antioxidants, things that boost our immune system. Vitamin C should be your best friend. Fruits and vegetables, anything green, green beans, spinach, lima beans, anything green to boost that immune system, because you want to be able to fight not just COVID, but anything that comes your way. When I went into this path of eating healthier, I've caught a cold in the last 10 years 3 times.
Yeah.
3 times.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's just a testament to just what our body is capable of doing, and I think that's my thing that we don't realize, that our body's capable of doing some amazing things, because it's always striving for homeostasis. So our body is wired to fix itself, but it's battling all the stuff that you put into it.
Yeah.
Right.
And you know, when your body does the best recovery is when you're asleep. So that's why it's really important that you're getting 7 to 8 hours of sleep. That's when your body is rejuvenating.
Yeah.
You're recovering from the day before. It's really important to do that 7 to 8 hours of sleep. Your food digests better, and you also, if you're exercising in a gym, your body reacts more because you let your muscles recover, and then you're ready for the next day.
Wow. Jay, let me ask you something. What exercises would you recommend, especially since we're all under quarantine and, trying to play it safe right now? What are some simple exercises that we could do that you could recommend at the house?
At the house. Okay, so everyone is different. Some people have issues with their joints, knees. Some people have different things going on. So what I'm going to do for you guys too, I'm going to add a portion of my workout video into the link of the comments.
Okay.
And these are exercises that you can do at home with little to no equipment. That's another thing too. I train all of my warriors that whether you're at home or you're traveling on business, you can work out in your hotel room, you can work out anywhere, and you can get a full body workout. Some of the simple exercise that you can do at home is push-ups, squats, jumping jacks, and those exercises, you do not need any equipment. Only thing you need is time, energy, and motivation.
No doubt.
That's it. I'm about to do some jumping jacks right now.
Yeah. And I always tell everyone, start off with what you can do and do 3 sets. And then after a week or so, if you did 10 push-ups and that's easy for you, up into 15. I'm always going to challenge you. I'm always going to push you to be your best though.
Yep. Yeah.
Yes. But yeah, I'm going to put the link in my in the comments, and then that'd be a clip of my video. And this video focuses on, I know that we all are in quarantine and we've been snacking and doing certain things. So this video is going. Yeah, so this video would be focusing on your core area in your abs. So, and the core is very important. The core is your posture. You know, a lot of us work from home right now, and we're on the computer bent over like that. That's very bad for you. That's going to ruin your back in a couple years. So we're going to work on the core and the abs. That'll be in the video. And there's modifications too. So if it's certain things that you can't do, one thing about me is never I cannot do that. There's always modifications. Always.
That makes sense.
There it is.
We appreciate you stopping by the Everybody Mad podcast. We want to make sure that so you're going to get the link into the comments. So we'll have that in the comments down below. And also, you offer some support for people who might need a little bit of help, kind of getting motivated as far as their meal planning and that sort of thing. Like maybe there's a lot that they want to do, but you can offer some help with that, right?
Yes. They can reach me at. I'm going to put the link in the comments as well, my website and my contact number as well. And I am right now, of course, we're doing virtual training, but when the gyms open back up, if you feel safe enough, I do have a gym, manage a gym that they can always come to if you're in the Metro Detroit area. But if you're outside the Detroit area, virtual training is also available. Like I said, there's no excuse, especially with what is going on right now. And it is really hitting me in my heart because I see that we are the number one victims of this virus.
Yeah.
And when you get the statistics, this person had hypertension, this person had this, those are things that we can control. We can bring down our blood pressure. And like Dr. Lawrence said, you know, stress takes a lot on our bodies. Stress takes a toll on the body too. So those are things that we can work with and bring that down. I am a pre-planner. I'd rather be ready versus caught off guard.
No doubt.
If you stay ready, you ain't never got to get ready.
Right. It's like, come on, bring it.
All right, we appreciate you stopping by the Everybody Mad podcast, and we certainly appreciate you sharing those dimes for us, those nuggets, so we can learn from that, and definitely we'll check out those comments so we can make the best selves that we are, because we got to work together, and we definitely appreciate people who have a heart for.
I mean, this is the time that
we got work to do.
We got to come together right now, because as we see, we're out there, and if it's not us, then who's going to help us? So we have to help ourselves and help the other person, lift them up as well. Absolutely. We got to stick together right now.
No doubt, Jake. We really appreciate your time, man. You take care of yourself, okay?
All right, you too, brothers, and thank you, and love the platform. Congratulations.
Thank you.
And hopefully I can come back.
Oh, absolutely.
You already know it.
And have a good comment. It'll be in the comments.
Appreciate it.
All right, cool.
All right.
That was cool, man. He's real cool. Now he's up in Detroit too, right?
Yeah, he manages. He runs the Skyline Club gym. That's a fancy gym at the top of the building in Southfield. So he runs that, and he has this fitness camp that he runs too, which does the meal planning and things like that. So he does a lot of that. So we've actually used him in a couple different areas. So definitely, he's been on this journey for years now.
Nice.
Man, I'm mad because I want to wear my shirt and show but I ain't got nothing developed yet. So,
man, you dropped a lot of weight though. You're doing really good.
Yeah, I appreciate it. I'm working. Well, actually, I'm not working as hard as I want to, but I'm trying to kick it into gear. I'm about to be 180 pounds. I'm about to be high school skinny. I ain't playing with y'all. I ain't playing with.
And I'm about to be too
job.
Bad.
Come on.
The comments are going crazy right now too, man.
Oh, you know what? I ain't even went to the comments.
I know, man. You should see all the comments today, man. I mean, shouts out to everybody. People want shout outs. Everybody want their shout outs. Hey,
Tiffany, shouting out to you. And then Ola looks.
Jose.
Yes.
What'd you call him?
I said Ola.
Oh, okay. SSU checking in. I see you, Jose.
Yep. Click in on the comments, and then we can view them here. I actually forgot we even had comments, but they're coming in, so we got whole lots of comments while we're running through that stuff.
Yeah, I know time is going by fast, man, but we got a couple of more entertainment stories to talk about that everybody's been talking about this week. Shouts out to Meek Mill and his fashion designer girlfriend. They are proud parents of a baby boy. They welcomed a brand new baby boy into the world this past Wednesday, and the baby was born on Meek's 33rd birthday. So congratulations, Meek Mill.
Nice. Now, what? Like, I'm all behind because last I heard about Meek Mill, he was still with Nicki Minaj. So I think I'm like 5 years behind anyway.
Yeah,
like, what?
you way behind, bro. So you be all in the this is all secular news to you.
That's that secular stuff. I'm saved.
Say she. Hey, in other news, man, this is a crazy story. I'm gonna run through this because I know we're running short on time too. But the wife of Baltimore Ravens safety Earl Thomas is in the news on April 13th. Nina Thomas got access to her husband's Snapchat. You know, Snapchat, you get in so much trouble. You know, I don't even have Snapchat, but anyways, I have it, but I don't use it.
Oh, yeah, okay.
I only had it because I was with the radio station. That was the only reason why I did it. But anyway, she found a video of her husband on Snapchat with another woman. So she looked up his location, saw that he was at an Airbnb, jumped in her ride, picked up two of her homegirls, pulled up to where he was at, and found him in bed naked with some women and his brother. Not a woman, but caught him in bed with women and his brother. So they like having monogamous.
Wait, what? Oh, women and his.
Yes, he was in bed naked with his brother, allegedly, and a whole bunch of women. So police, they were called to the scene. Nina and her girls got into a big fight with him, and she pulled a gun and held him at gunpoint.
Oh, wow. Oh, yeah. She was serious. She's mad.
Yeah, she held him at gunpoint. So she was charged with aggravated assault with a deadly weapon and burglary of a residence with intent to commit, aggravated assault with a deadly weapon and family violence. So she was bonded out of jail following the incident. That's just a messy situation, bruh.
Right. So and then I glimpsed over that story, and I saw that they have a protection order. There's a protection order against her. The wife?
Yeah, now there is. I know it's crazy, right?
But yeah, like I guess Earl Thomas is a millionaire, and yeah, like when your husband is messing around with a group of hoes, then I guess that's gonna make you feel a certain type of way.
Right. So he was out sliding though, but it's so funny. Like the homie was in bed with his brother, getting it popping with a whole bunch of women. They tag team and they doing God knows what up in there.
Right. Like I can't. My mind can't even wrap my mind around being in the same room sexually with your brother. Like obviously, like. Right. Why are you here, bro?
But some people get down like that, bro. Some people get down like that. Finally, man, last entertainment story. I'm sure a lot of people heard about this, and you all could comment because I definitely want to get your opinion on this. Tyra Banks right now is getting dragged on social media for critiques that she used on America's Next Top Model. Now, we know that the show is off the air, but since everybody's quarantined, a lot of people are, watching these reruns of Top Model on Amazon Prime. And they're like, yo, Tyra's going in on people. Tyra, one situation that people were talking about, she was giving feedback to a black contestant, a black woman, to have her gap closed. So a lot of people are like, well, why are you telling her to change something on her? You're supposed to be empowering women because that's what Tyra Banks is all about, empowering women. Yeah. And another time, Tyra made a girl do a photo shoot in the graveyard the day after her childhood best friend died.
Oh, wow.
There was another episode that Tyra made the girls in Cycle 16 pose live with bees, and one of the girls was allergic to bees.
Wow. My favorite episode, like that's the one on right now. I was rooting for you. We were all rooting for you.
And they say that one right there, she's completely like distraught and damaged from that situation. Tyra Banks called her out on national TV that. And she's saying like that it just didn't really do well for her after that whole situation right there. That's another situation. The video that you all see right there, Tyra made this girl cut her hair, and the girl had a breakdown. Look at her crying. She's about to start crying.
Oh, that's real tears. Yeah, that's real tears. Oh my God, that's a lot of hair.
It's just and that guy right there that she kissed was a racist. He was racist.
Oh wow! So she made a black woman kiss her. Oh yeah, she cut through.
So Tyra is catching hell for this, but we want to know your comments because she has developed a lot of talent. She's been a groundbreaking model. Put a lot of women, black women, white women, just a lot of people on the map as far as models. But what's your take on this right here? Because one in particular incident was the clip that we just got through looking at with Yaya, where one of the judges told Yaya that she's pressing the whole Afrocentric vibe, like, you know, it was real negative, and Tyra just let this judge get past and say that. Like, really,
yeah.
Tyra?
Yes.
That's what we're doing?
Yeah, it's almost like it was a different era. Because when was the last episode of Tyra Banks?
I couldn't even tell you, bro. But I know it's been a few years. I know they did a reboot maybe like 4 years ago or something like that. So
Yeah.
it has been some time. But let's just be honest. I mean, like, it's 2020. The stuff that Tyra was doing back then wouldn't even fly in 2020 because of social media. Social media wasn't really popping back then. Now everybody has an opinion. And everybody has podcasts. And so people, they could give their opinion and say anything about these celebrities and stuff like that. So, but I don't know, like some of the stuff that I saw was a little bit problematic when you go back and look at some of the old episodes of Top Model.
Yeah.
But still, you know, you can't take away the greatness of Tyra Banks, you know?
Yeah. Yeah, I think. And yeah, I guess it's kind of hard too, because a lot of this is even like the situation, almost like some of the issues that are going on with people and having situations where you've done something previously, maybe 10, 15 years ago, and now they want you to suffer some consequences for it. So it's almost like, okay, well, I did that previously. So if I apologize, what's going to happen next? Because remember when like the Kevin Hart situation, for example, when he was asked to host the Grammys, and he agreed. And then upon that agreeing, and people finding out, and then lo and behold, somebody found a clip of him talking about he didn't want his son to be gay. Right. So then that became a whole issue with what he was saying. So like, I don't know, I guess sometimes it's even hard to speak because even when you think things are done years on down the line, now y'all come bringing this back up, which I guess in hindsight is wrong. But at the time, I had a different mindset. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and everybody's matured and stuff like that, but you know, let it be just a lesson to everybody. Like, what you say will always follow you, and you have to be careful what you say. But you know, that's kind of the whole situation with Tyra Banks, though, and that's kind of wrapping up all the entertainment stuff. So, Sid, I know you have some stuff to talk about as far as the census. What's going on?
Yeah, I was going to ask you about that. Thanks, Richard, for the comment. He agrees with you. Says Tyra was wrong to let that happen, no matter when the time. And yet it is wrong, and right is right, and that's always going to be the case that what we do. Yeah,
I agree.
Now, have you done your census?
Yeah, already done it. Turn it in, bro. As soon as I got it, I did it because that's just what I'm supposed to do. You know, as a citizen of as a citizen of the United States of America, that's what you're supposed to do.
Yep, you're supposed to do. We have our own civil responsibilities that we're supposed to do. And then people, this is what trips me out. People are always saying that I don't do this or anything. Now, I had something else. I don't know where it is, but I got a summons for jury duty. Actually, it happened during the pandemic. It was for April 14th or something like that. So pandemic saved me, but I don't know if I still have to go because the courts are closed or whatever. But I think that's kind of the only thing that connects us to the census is just the jury duty. But a lot of people say that I ain't filling that out. I don't want nobody to know any information. But the census is so easy for people to fill out. So we all got it in the mail, didn't we?
Right.
So you can just fill it out and turn it back in through the mail. Now, it is available online, and I'll show you. You can do it in like 5 or 10 minutes. So you see this screen, and that's literally all you do is you just click on the respond. And what you're going to do is just start the questionnaire, fill it out. This is if you had the number, but even if you didn't, you just click here. And literally, they ask you about your address. They ask you who's in the house, how old are people in the house, if they're black or white, and then that's it.
Right.
Just 4 sections of questions. It's so easy. But here's the thing, and this is why it kind of irritates me that we don't do things and we give bad reasons for us not doing it. I ain't doing it. I don't want to serve on no jury. I ain't doing it. I don't want to do this. I don't want nobody knowing where I live. I don't want to garnish my check. It's the stupidest reasons why we say things. But the reason why they do the census is so they can count. We have all these grants, all these federal programs, all these things. So in order to allocate it properly, they need to know where the people stay.
Absolutely.
And the ethnicity of the people to stay. So if we have a program for, say, for example, we got 1,000 Black people in our community and we want them to build a community center, but only 500 people filled out the census, then we're only going to get resources for 500 people. We ain't going to get resources for that 1,000 when we really need the resources for that 1,000.
Right.
So it's like a simple thing for us to do. And that's why I want to make sure that we all know how important that is. April 1st was the targeted deadline, but obviously they'll continue doing it throughout the year. But if you got time, just go to census.
Yeah, everybody just fill it out, because it's just like just mentioned, it's very important that our voices are counted, our voices are heard. You know, they're just, it's so much stuff that happens because of the census, funding for educational stuff for kids, programs for kids, stuff of that nature. So it's just very important.
Yep, that's what. All right, man. We're almost to the end of our hour.
All right, man. Time went by fast, bro.
Yeah, it goes by fast. Maybe we should do some fun stuff next week. Because it's
you mentioned that. Like, what we gonna do?
I don't know. It's May. It's starting to get warm. We're not in Michigan because it snowed here.
That's the 5th time mentioning that.
I'm irritated. Like, I want to cuss, but like
I'd be pissed off too, bro. I ain't gonna lie. I'd be like, damn.
But like, who am I be pissed at? God.
Right.
I'm okay with Jesus. If that's what it is, we are right. If that's you, Lord.
Right.
Yeah, but
that.
Yeah, like maybe some fun stuff and kind of get people prepared for the spring or the summer. Summer's coming up because we're in May now. May Day or Memorial Day is coming up. So that's
wow.
Think about some of those things, but it's crazy. It's that like we still in the house. Our governor just extended our order until the end of June now, like right before Memorial Day.
Okay.
So our stay at home continues. I know everybody else is opening up, but Michigan is like, nah, bro, you gonna stay in that house because we were bad. Like at one point, Michigan, we had the 3rd most cases in the United States for COVID. So we were bad.
You all did. And then you all had like a lot of people that were actually protesting, staying in the house too. They were upset about being quarantined and they were protesting, but then they all look like hillbillies.
Yeah, that's what they are.
Yeah.
Yep, they look like that. It was none of us. It was all people. And actually, they did some reporting. It's amazing what they can do with the technology now. But they did some reporting and got some cell phone tracking data and saw that all those people were not living in that community. They were coming in from different places. And most of those places in Michigan were predominantly white areas. Areas where the makeup is like 80-90% white people. So people were coming from that area kind of protesting about it. And then that's my frustration too, is that like we're in a situation where people are protesting something and maybe they don't see it. Maybe they've not been affected by it, or maybe it's not touched them because they're living in more rural areas. They're not around a whole lot of people. So maybe it's not spreading like it is. But what I see in Detroit, what I see amongst people who are around the area, what I see in the hospitals going by and all the rapid testing centers that I pass by, and people like our church just opened one on Thursday. So we're testing people every Thursday. So I'm like, I don't know what y'all see, but they were actually legitimately calling this a hoax. This a hoax. And it's like, I don't know what y'all seeing. Y'all need to get out of whatever areas are Roscommon, Michigan, and all those areas of Michigan that we don't know about.
Right.
You got to get out of that so you can see. But that's the thing that's unfortunate that we don't have. If it's not happening to us, then it ain't happening.
Right. Exactly.
Just an awful kind of mindset to be, especially if you're in a society. We all got to live in this society together. And then the thing is about it, most of us are pretty much in the same category. Like I know we kind of try and separate ourselves, but there's a 1%, and that percent is making the money. The rest of us are kind of scratching and clawing.
Right. Trying to get by, trying to do what we got to do to make ends meet.
Yep.
You know, so that's I guess let's leave everybody with this. Just continue to love one another and support each other. That's something that we have to do as a people. You know, stop being critical of people, stop judging people, let people live, you know, and you know, help people out.
Yeah.
You know, help people out when they need it. You know, see how you can make a difference in this world. That's very important.
Yeah. And that's a good word for us, because we're all in this together. Like, we all have to live under the same rules, the same guidance and things like that.
Yeah.
And just in case you didn't know, COVID ain't picking and choosing who it's going to affect.
Yeah, life is short. Life is short right now. So, I mean, we're all in the same boat. We all need to make sure that we stand with each other and help each other and support each other. For real.
Amen. That's a good word. I wish we had some theme music so we can have something to thrill us out, but we don't.
Don't do that. Bruh, don't ever do that dance.
Like this?
What was that right there?
I mean, because we split screen, so I can't go all out because I'm gonna hit the screen. Like if I like depending on where I go, like
you see earlier I was having problems with the positioning and everything too.
I know it's like trying to like go over the other way. Like
right, because I'm in the process of moving, you know, like I told you. So it's like I don't want people to be like, dang, he lives in an empty crib and everything, you know. So I'm trying to.
I was wondering why you had the kitchen as your backdrop, because you wanted to make sure people knew you had some furniture. And we ain't doing the bookcase this week. We gonna do
the bookcase this week. If you go back and look at the video, because you know folks were like, "Dang, you ain't got no bookcase." And so then you notice how I turned the camera, because if you look, there's a shelf.
Nothing on the shelf.
And I didn't want anybody to be like, "Damn," you know what I'm saying? So again, I'm in the process of moving.
We grown, like we have to have furniture, like even like that's part of the things of being over 30 and 35 is that like you no longer can have an apartment and not have stuff in there. Like you can't have a bed.
I know.
Well, like a mattress and not a bed. You can't have like the basics, like nothing, like no curtains, but you got a sheet.
Right.
Like, you got to do it right, because we grown now.
We grown, man. You got to have stuff in the crib. So I didn't want. So that's why I just came out to the kitchen. So folks won't be talking about me. But then the house is empty anyway. So y'all still gonna be talking about me regardless. So it's like
they gonna talk. Whoever.
Yeah, who cares?
All right.
You got a new crib. That's all that matters.
Right. Exactly.
Yeah.
And y'all know.
Yeah.
All right. All right. It was a wrap. It was good. We'll do it again next Friday. See you again, bro.
Hey.